you're putting people in a situation, medically approved people, where they have to choose between their liberty and their health.
You know, I'm not even going anywhere near this new system. Yeah. It's like, you want to drag me into court after 14 years? Let's fucking party.
We're on the verge of a massive revolution. I think it's happening right now. I think it's bigger than what most people can grasp.
If you're using the method that was developed on the black market to grow your marijuana, how is it medical?
Canada is known for having one of the strongest cannabis cultures on the planet, so it's no wonder that 2/3 of the country want to see marijuana laws softened. On April 1st, 2014, the Canadian government instituted a new medical marijuana program called the MMPR, which made the old program, the MMAR, null and void. The MMPR took away the rights for patients to grow their own weed and forced them to purchase cannabis through new licensed producers, also known as LPs, which are basically giant corporate medical marijuana producers who are ushering in a brand new pharmaceutical industry devoted to cannabis. Medical marijuana patients across the country were outraged at this seismic shift, and after a lawsuit brought by BC attorney John Conroy, a temporary injunction was granted to allow licensed medical marijuana users to continue growing, while all new patients would have to patronize an LP.
Hey everyone, welcome to Canadian Cannabis. My name is Damien Abraham. 3 years ago, I came to medical marijuana to help treat anxiety and depression, and since then my whole life has changed. I've even lost 120 pounds as a side effect. So join us as we look at cannabis culture across this great nation in the crazy world that is Canadian cannabis. So there is a change coming with the Health Canada system, obviously, that was supposed to go into place on April the 1st, ironically enough, I guess. And
yeah, happy April Fool's Day. They're fooling around with patients' medicine,
exactly,
you know. But yeah, we're in a transition stage, and really the whole medical marijuana program has been changing constantly since it was introduced 15 years ago. But the way the program has worked so far, if you were a medical marijuana user, you could buy government cannabis from one source that was growing it under contract from Health Canada, or you could grow it yourself, or someone else could grow it for you. And what Health Canada's done is they wanted to eliminate those last two options. No more growing it yourself, no more someone growing it for you. Instead, you could only buy it not just from one company, but now from dozens, or what could be hundreds of companies that'll be licensed to grow and sell marijuana. And so far, 12 companies have been approved, and there's 500 or 600 still waiting for their applications to get approved. Health Canada's been very slow at this so far. Hopefully they'll speed it up.
Since we met with Dana Larson, the number of applications to Health Canada for potential LPs has skyrocketed to over 1,000, whereas the number of actual approved LPs is only 13. Even so, Health Canada estimates that medical marijuana will be a billion-dollar Canadian industry by 2024.
I think a lot of these companies have a business model based on prohibition prices and them having the monopoly. And that, I think, is very dangerous. And so, although it's sort of still a step in the right direction, what we're doing, we are creating a lobby group and people who are going to have a lot of cash from this, whose livelihood depends on keeping it illegal for everybody else. And that's not what we want. So that does worry me.
After hearing Dana's thoughts on the medical marijuana industry, we headed to one of the new licensed producers to see for ourselves.
We are at Canada's largest medical marijuana producer, the former Hershey's factory that is now Tweed. Let's go inside and see what's up. Look at this. This is pretty breathtaking. Yeah, very breathtaking. I chose yellow because it makes me feel like I'm in Devo, circa second LP. That was probably first LP, actually. Ta-da! We are in the mothering room right now, and it has a mother of a beautiful odor. So now we're going to go meet the master grower, which is the master that I would most want to meet, I think. Tell me what we have going on. Actually, right here, what is this beautiful plant right in front of us?
So this is a black widow plant, and what we're doing is standing in our mother room. So this is the foundation of our whole production scheme here at Tweed. And so what we're looking at is this plant's job is not to produce flowers that we eventually sell as medicine, but to produce these small vegetative cuttings.
Clones. Clones,
exactly. Which we root, and then they go into a flower room, and those produce the medicine. Basically, we're growing 3 different kinds of plants. So one is an indica plant, and people are going to use this variety for things like pain relief or insomnia. So it's the sort of thing that would be ideal to use before bedtime. We also have varieties that are on the opposite end of the spectrum that are good for things like depression, because it's much more of an alert, awake.
So that'd be more sativa.
Exactly. And then the majority of what we grow are actually hybrids, so it's a little bit of the best of both worlds.
So this is one of the flowering rooms you guys have here?
Yes. We have over 100 grower lights in here, and this is our sativa room. So this room flowers for longer than all of the other rooms, and these plants will be in here for roughly 3 months, and we're growing about 6 different varieties. So what we have here is the entire cultivation team, and what they're doing is essentially pruning the bottom half of the plant.
Getting rid of the leaves that you don't need and things like that?
Yep.
Love your work.
Thank you, Damien.
Love your work.
Currently, we're not allowed to process those into any value-added products, any creams or any kind of food at the moment. So for the time being, we do need to throw that away. Hopefully in the future, those rules will change.
And how did someone wind up in this field? This wonderful, wonderful literal field, but also this field of business?
For 15 years, I was a commercial greenhouse grower. So I was growing plants on a commercial scale, the kind of stuff you would find in a typical garden center.
Okay.
So poinsettias for Christmas, Easter lilies for Easter, hanging baskets for Mother's Day, little vegetable transplants for your garden. And it's pretty transferable to what we're doing here. So even just the way a plant looks, when it needs water, when it needs fertilizer, regardless of the plant, that's going to be the same right across the board.
And do you grow at all from seeds? Were these grown originally from seed, the mother plants?
Yes. So that's one of our strategies to maintain a very clean growing environment, is that we don't accept plants or cuttings from other growers, from anyone outside. So everything in this room started from seed. All the cuttings have begun from plants that were started from seed.
Tweed appears to take very good care of its plants, but when they first opened for business, they had to buy weed from outside their facility to fulfill orders. That landed them in a bit of legal trouble with the RCMP, who seized their first shipment. Tweed commented by saying that the new system is a complicated environment that law enforcement is learning to unravel.
So recently you experienced some growing pains around an RCMP seizure.
Yeah, we've said everything that publicly as to around that, and we're really focused on growing from seed to sale under the MMPR. And it is early days. There's a lot to, like anything, it's new for everyone. It's new for the regulators, it's new for us. I think because the way the rules in Canada have been set up, they really, I think, encourage very large-scale production. And the fact that there are no storefront or retail operations and everything is online, I think it means instead of having 4 or 5 locations, it really makes more sense to have really one large location. So I think Canadian companies, whoever emerges kind of, the winners of the market or the large competitors have a chance to be very strong global brands.
While Tweed may become a global brand soon, one of the things holding the Canadian medical marijuana industry back is the injunction John Conroy won over the government.
Mr. Conroy.
Countless Canadians are being prosecuted in the criminal courts, subjected to the threat, if not actual imprisonment. Estimates suggest that over 600,000 Canadians now have criminal records for cannabis-related offences. A line has to be drawn between criminal and non-criminal conduct. And here, the line has been drawn inappropriately, and it has led to disrespect for the law, widespread disrespect for the law.
I guess Mr. Conroy, sorry.
John's fine.
Okay. I guess the first place to start off with, how did the coalition come together?
Well, Jason Wilcox, I think, and some others were the ones who were, talking about it, and the dates were approaching and people were concerned and so on. Because the new rules basically are, look, you can't grow for yourself or have somebody grow for you anymore. You've got to buy from a licensed producer. So the question was, well, how is that going to impact on all of these people? They started putting that together, and I started, and it contained a victim impact statement so that we could determine what the consequences are going to be to all of these patients. You've got people who are sick people who've been approved by their doctors for this medicine, and obviously wondering what's going to happen to their ability to continue to use the medicine at a time when there was all this uncertainty.
Here's the biggest problem. For many, many years, our legalization movement has said, stop wasting billions going after people for pot and stop letting gangsters make billions from it. Hey government, there's billions of dollars. That's what we kept saying because it was true. But we forget, and we can't really tell everybody, hey, pot's actually dirt cheap. It's just a weed. Once it's legal, it should be a penny a gram, not $10 a gram. Gangsters and the risk involved in selling marijuana, that's what makes it $10 a gram. To make all that money that they want to see, they need to open it up to the recreational or preventative medicine market, you might want to call it.
Jody's point about prohibition pricing is well taken. We went to MedRelief, a licensed producer of medical marijuana in Ontario, to see their facility and chat with them about their product.
How familiar were you with medical marijuana coming from a more traditional medicine background or more medicinal background?
I had zero background.
Zero background?
Zero. I have never even smoked a cigarette.
Really?
In my life, correct.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll go through here to down a hallway which connects to all the various grow rooms, take you into our mother room first. And this is kind of where it all starts from. We've got 23 different varieties in this room, which are currently under production. And then we've got another 50 or 60 that we're starting to do a little bit further work on, and we may bring those into production depending on their qualities that we find. Mm-hmm. So this is our clone room, our incubator room as we call it.
The babies.
The babies.
Look at them.
Can actually hold up to 30,000 clones in this room.
30,000 clones, wow.
30,000 clones in this room.
You're going to grow up so mature and healthy. Hi.
Right.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah? Are you serious? Surprise Health Canada inspection.
So when an inspection occurs, what kind of is the procedure?
Yeah, this is sort of a normal occurrence that we're quite used
of
to now, yeah. Oops. Okay, so here we have our flower room. I'm going to take you through this one. This is the really exciting room to see now.
Whoa! Yeah. Oh,
buds and buds and buds.
Oh, it smells incredible in here.
This is actually Jack. He's,
Hi, Damien.
He's our head grower.
Nice to meet you. So this is the Abbey Deckel right here. With a strain like Abbey Deckel, for instance, what would be some of the benefits that a patient would find with this particular strain?
The high CBD will give a lot of anti-inflammatory benefits. And we're finding a lot of uses really for CBD, particularly for kids with epilepsy.
And of a lot of the new patients that are signing up, are a lot of them coming to you specifically looking for a strain like this?
We're sold out of Abbey Deckel.
Wow. What strain is this one right here?
The Midnight.
Oh, that's the Midnight. We saw the baby Midnights over the other side.
Anytime you go near this plant, it sort of shies away from you.
Really?
Really, really interesting. Yeah, it's not like anything else we grow here.
Do you see that a lot of changes coming? Like a lot of the things that has been sort of established has been that $10 a gram price point, which seems to be almost like the black market price point.
Similar pricing, yeah.
Do you see pricing changing as, overhead costs become absorbed into the growing more?
I think over time, we may see some costs come down a bit, but I think at this time, the focus really should be always on, the highest quality product we can. This is another variety here. This is Island Sweet Skunk.
I'm definitely that's part of this is also me just shopping around. Great work, guys. Great work.
Okay, so we're going to enter into the production areas now.
And so another sterilization room.
Another sterilization room for the production areas. Now entering the packaging room. I think they're working on. What are you guys working on right now? Tranquillium, otherwise known as Purple Kush.
Oh, okay.
OG Purple Kush.
So that seems to be the strain that has become, at least pop culturally, the big strain.
It's a big pop culture, yeah.
Yeah. ASAP Rocky.
Yep. We do in increments of 5, 10, and 30, so you can pretty much get what you're looking for. It doesn't make sense to do like a 3.5 or 7. That was my first.
That was a normal.
That was my first
way.
thing to do. Let's sell it in half quarter.
Yeah.
The traditional thing, but it just doesn't work well with the prescription amounts, right?
So maybe that's the first casualty of a move towards a medical system, is that you're not going to have the quantities in the same way. No more quarter ounces, quarter pounds. It's now going to be in grams. Small price to pay for efficiency.
You could see every one
Whoa,
of these.
this room is crazy.
Yeah. So this is actually like a drying room.
It's also just insane because you're used to seeing, even on large scale, like quantities of
Smell
like
that one.
QP. Oh my God!
Smell that
what
cheese?
is that?
That's the cheese.
That is so beautiful smelling. Even when you think of marijuana in quantity, you always think in terms of an ounce, or like even like a QP, or then a P. And then you're in a room where those measurements become completely irrelevant.
After packaging is done, we go through and all our product goes into our vault area. Motion sensors, vibration sensors, everything surrounding it. Yeah.
Oh, this has been amazing. Thank you so much.
you.
Really appreciate it. It's
Thank
been
you
a
very
great
much.
experience.
I do like the idea of allowing companies to grow enormous amounts of marijuana to sell to patients all across this country, because right now there are a lot of mainstream people who won't go to a dispensary, they're not going to buy online, they don't even want to meet a pot activist, but they want to try medical marijuana. I think the idea of allowing these businesses to exist and serve the needs is a wonderful idea, but it's wrong to allow them to exist in a prohibition marketplace. And with the new MMPR program where they've tried to eliminate gardens, they're threatening arrest and imprisonment against their so-called competition.
Right now we are following a grower. He is taking us to his grow where he's currently having some issues with a local councillor who is trying to shut down his medical grow. So we're going to see the other side from the big corporate grows. This is the big medical grow.
I am a licensed designated grower, as well as I have a production license for myself. We're in a strata complex, which is a warehouse complex. Since we got here, we have had nothing but problems, really. Dealing with the city of Vancouver, dealing with the property management company. It's just been one nasty thing after another. They put stuff in our locks. They've made bylaws that allow them to shut our water off. They've made a bylaw this year that doesn't allow me to consume my medicine anywhere on this strata property. It's really odd having a legal license grow, but everybody that you deal with treats it like it's an illegal grow. And in fact, that's what the property management company told me, is that there's no difference to them between a licensed grow and an illegal grow. They do every single little thing that they can along the way to cost us money, make it difficult, and hope that we will leave. And I'm not down with that. The way the government has done things for us, they kind of built a program that put everybody against everybody.
Is there any sort of association or grouping of, growers, licensed growers, that you can seek some sort of power in numbers from?
No, we're not organized like that. That's like a, I don't know, that's like an organized crime type thing. But we have help. There's lawyers that are on our side. I'm not close to the only person who's dealing with strata issues who has a license.
We've been to like a lot of like the licensed producer grow, the big new licensed producer type grows that are coming in, the farmer grows, and seen what they're putting out. And it looks really nice, but nothing like this. I gotta say, this is also very much an argument in favor of allowing people to grow their own medicine, because no one can grow it better. Some of these things look like cactuses.
Those people that are growing the big things are growing them to make money, and I'm growing to make the best possible medicine for myself and my patient. And so there is a difference for sure. They would have this room completely packed. You would have to take plants out just to be able to walk in here, You need to be able to look closely at each plant each day to stay on top of possible problems that there might be. And if everything's all packed in there, you can't spend the proper time each day with each plant.
Hopefully home growers won't continue to be squeezed out by giant corporate grows, because surely there's enough weed to go around without chomping into the profits of licensed producers. On the next episode of Canadian Cannabis,
nobody's smoking, there's no lighters, Even just like the static from like wool clothes could cause like an explosion just because of the static electricity.
Now we're going to go meet the master grower, which is the master that I would most want to meet, I think.
Cecil P. Kush, Bubba Kush, Island Purple Kush, Super Kush, Pink Kush.
Cannabis, to say there's a standardized practice it's absurd.
It would be nice if we had the government's support and had them in our corner working for us instead of fighting against them.
So this is what cancer people do study. Let's do one of them.
You're putting people in a situation, medically approved people, where they have to choose between their liberty and their health.
Yo, Opus, we're live. Hey, Vapor Central. How's it going?
Hello.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. Marc Emery's getting out of jail. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, let's hear it. Woo! All right. Yeah. This is the Marc Emery Freedom episode. Oh, yeah. We're happening.
I almost wore my shirt today and going like, this is the last time I'm going to wear it. But I couldn't put it on. I'm like, he's getting out tomorrow. I'm never wearing that fucking shirt again.
No, it's a formal issue. I'm wearing a shirt with a collar.
Yeah, no.
I'm all tan.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, you're very tan today.
I'm all tan.
A little tan.
Yay.
Well, that's because you had an exciting weekend.
Yeah, I was out at Puff Jam over the weekend doing psychedelic drugs for a change. That was that's always different. Well, what I hear, whoa, someone there for psychedelics, yay, yay. So this is, what do we got going on here? It's August 11th, and this is the 29th episode of Opus Live here at Vapor Central. On this 33rd week of 2014, just blazing through the year. All right, what do we got? All right, let's, since we're talking about Marc Emery, and as a lot of you have heard, he's getting out tomorrow. He's going to be walking across the bridge in Windsor, Ontario, probably sometime in the afternoon, and there's a whole bunch of us that are going down there, and I actually got a room for a couple people. I know there's, we'll get into that later and just talk about that, because I know a lot of you are interested in how to, maybe if you can get a ride, and we'll get into that in a bit. But I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown on what happened, the background on Marc and what's been going on. What's that ringing?
Oh, no, somebody's ringing. It ain't me.
Marc was arrested on September 9th in 2009, and that was out in Nova Scotia. He was released on bail November 18th, and then on May 10th, 2010, the Justice Minister at the time was Rob Nicholson, and he signed an extradition order so that Marc should be taken to the United States. And on the 20th of May in 2010, Marc was taken to Seattle. On the 24th, he pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to manufacture marijuana. And then on September 10th in 2010, Marc was sentenced to a 5-year term in the U.S. prison. And tomorrow, he's walking across the U.S.-Canada border in Windsor, Ontario.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finally.
About fucking time. Holy shit. I can't believe how long this has been going on, man.
Yeah.
Since 2009.
Well, and the state that he actually arrested him and where he was taken into custody, Washington State, has issued the first of 24 licenses to stores to sell recreational marijuana. And at the same time, New York became the 23rd state to legalize medical marijuana. So the state that actually took him into custody, I believe it was actually on the same day, The same day that Marc was serving his last day in prison was also the same day as the first recreational marijuana sales in the state of Washington.
Yeah. So, I mean, all I can say is in the
hypocrisy at its
4.5
best.
years or so that he's been down there, we've seen some extreme changes. We have states selling legal recreational marijuana.
Yeah.
You know, before Canada did, who would have thought that?
Well, and I mean, fortunately, like, I mean, I'm looking forward to Marc seeing how much Vancouver has changed, because, like, there's dispensaries everywhere. I'm amazed by it, even just from my last visit. But it's kind of sad that Marc won't be able to go back to the States to see what's going on in the States, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're not going to let him back in, but, you know, he's obviously made an influence, for sure. So, yeah, tomorrow's going to be a crazy day. The prodigal prince returns.
Another thing I should note that when Marc was first arrested a decade ago, the DEA was Karen Tandy was the head of the DEA, and she was going on how this was a big blow to the legalization movement because they knew that Marc was basically funneling millions and millions of dollars into legalization efforts through his seed sales.
The press release never mentioned anything about the actual seed sales. What they mentioned was the activism and the amount of money that had been funneled to legalization efforts. They never actually talked about the crime of seed sales.
Well, they have Karen Tandy's actually quoted in saying that, so it's clearly, you know, just never fool yourself. Marc was a political prisoner. He was not in jail for selling seeds. That was the reason that they give us. The real reason is because he went to, well, he's an activist and funneled all that money, but he got his attention from the luncheon with John Walters in Vancouver.
I remember that. And the reason you guys should be pissed off about this is because it's not just about a marijuana thing. It's a sovereignty issue. Marc never went to the States. He was a Canadian citizen that the Canadian government allowed the U.S. to take and serve in a U.S. prison for what essentially is a fine in our country. Yeah. So the whole idea of where you're not supposed to extradite prisoners if they, you know, the U.S. wanted life. Canada was willing to give them
more
up
than
for
life. They wanted
life.
like multiple life sentences.
And it was a sovereignty issue. He was a Canadian citizen that should never have been taken by the U.S. government at all.
Nope.
You know, the tragic thing is because it was a marijuana issue, people didn't pay attention to the fact that it was actually really about our freedom as Canadian citizens and what the fuck is the U.S. doing in our country.
Well, that's just it. But, you know, I'm sure people by now are very aware that our government is just a spineless worm when it comes to standing up to the United States. And, in fact, now they turn around, but it's convenient to them to just ignore the fact that states are lining up to legalize and relax cannabis laws while our government just basically ignores that.
Yeah.
So, and I find it strangely kind of almost like, hey, what's going on? That our government is so silent now that Marc is being released. There's no comments. They've been real quiet,
well,
not
actually,
in the news lately.
The thing that I'm the most concerned about is the fact that since April 1st, so now we're going into mid-August, since April 1st there has not been another LP approved.
That's right.
We're still sitting at 13, and I want to know what the fuck the holdup is. Because we've already got LPs that are not supplying patients. I read today, now according to the regulations, like I don't understand how half of these things are happening, but we've already got LPs that can't supply patients that are getting their approvals for second and third facilities while there are 985, 87, 90, 1,000 applications waiting to start growing. Like, I don't understand what the fuck Health Canada is doing.
Well, it's interesting. We were playing the video, the part 1 of the Vice documentary, Cannabis in Canada, is up. And we had it up here earlier before the show. We had it on. And in there, Damien from Vice is actually on tour. He tours a couple of the LP facilities. And, you know, there's a lot. They show pictures, like on the vid. There's lots of weed. There's lots of mother plants. They talk about cloning and so on and so forth. And yet, like you just mentioned, there's patients that can't get their meds, they can't get any kind of service or answers from the LPs themselves. And what happened, so...
Peace Naturals dismantled their Facebook page because people were complaining so much. They just took the Facebook page down.
Yeah.
They've blocked off communication from the patients.
Well, that's one of the LPs that wasn't in the video that we just saw, but...
Yeah.
Check it out for yourself at vice.com, the Part 1 Canada Cannabis, or Cannabis Canada, I forget exactly, and there'll be more very well done. They've done a couple of very good documentaries on marijuana and cannabis in Canada.
Yeah, they've done lots of great pieces. We saw you in that earlier. We saw Naomi, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing who else will know.
I'm sure you'll recognize lots of people in that video.
Seen some of them on the stage now and again.
What else we got going on today?
We've got a jam-packed show today.
We got a whole bunch of stuff. We got a treat for you today, actually.
Well, yeah.
I got today. We have on the show. We've got we have a guest today. We got Albert Nerenberg, Canadian independent filmmaker, actor, journalist, hypnotist, and laughologist. And his films include Stupidity, Escape to Canada, which I've got a copy of here. And what else Let's All Hate Toronto in 2007. That was good. I saw that. And Laughology. And both Stupidity and Laughology are the first feature-length documentaries to discuss the topics of stupidity and laughter. And we'll have Alan up here shortly.
Yeah, and he's going to talk about his new film that's coming out on DVD, Boredom.
Boredom.
And he's also actually going to do something. It's going to be an awesome show, guys. You guys are going to get the chance, if you want to get hypnotized.
Yeah, we're going to think about it now, you guys. We're going to need a couple people who want to volunteer to get hypnotized. So if you want to get in on that,
Stoner hypnotism
get ready
games.
for that. It's going to be fun. It'll be funny. I've also got, what else we got? I got a report from Puff Jam where I was at this weekend, the first annual, and that put on by Puff Mama and friends. That was an amazing time. We also have the story in the lawless landscape in Colorado after legal marijuana. Of course, we'll play How Much Does That Bud Weigh? The Bud Buddy Weed giveaway, and also one from Who Cares Get Doped, another sponsor now coming on board. Skunk Magazine giveaway.
And we'll be doing a little bit of stoner etiquette. An awesome fucking pipe. Again, the tickets are available. They are $2 each. 3 for $5 or 7 for $10.
7 for 10. We like that 7-10 number.
Yep.
So yeah, if you want to get on some of the tickets, it's a $345 value, and there's also a glass piece that goes onto that. That'll glass on glass that'll attach onto your bong, so your bong becomes an oil rig.
Yeah, it becomes an oil rig, and so you can. I think these are great, and I want to make sure because we are raising money. With the proceeds, some of the proceeds going to the MMAR coalition.
Yep, the coalition.
And so we want to raise, so that what you guys saw in the documentary about that court case and that lawyer is fucking expensive, and so we need to raise money for him, please.
And he's good.
And he's good. We're proud to know him, but he is expensive. So please bid on the pipe and help patients continue with that fight.
All right. Also, let's see. Oh, the Kush Cup is coming up August 22nd through the 24th. That's in BC. And if you want more info on that, I guess go to kush.ca, I'm sure, and you'll figure that out.
I am sure. And I know that he's still looking for entries.
And yeah, I believe he's looking for entries. And I saw he's looking for a rock and roll band.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you know any big name rock and roll bands that like to work for weed. No, just kidding.
And hey, if you want to head to Vancouver, he's got Naughty by Nature on the lineup too. So some people are pretty excited about that, I know.
Yeah.
The Bong Man Cruise is August 23rd here in Toronto. So tickets are available here at Vapor Central.
Are they still available? Do you still got tickets for the Bong Man Boat Cruise? Yeah, you do. Right on. Okay, Aaron. So yeah, tickets for that are still available. And Facebook Messenger, Big Brother steps it up. I'll have a little report on that maybe if we have time. We got so much stuff going on.
Yeah, it's a big show, guys.
Big show, big show. I'm wondering if those guys from Atlanta and the weed limo are here.
Our friends
Did
from,
they come
from
back?
Atlanta.
They're
in
not
the
back
room?
yet, no.
They're not back? Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
Got some other guests.
Why don't you throw up that trailer, and Chris, and actually what we're going to do is introduce our next guest, but why don't you throw that Escape to Canada trailer up for a second?
On this beautiful and fragile planet, there is a land that stands for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Canada is one of the largest countries in the world, but very little is known about it. Some know of the winters, others the beavers, and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. But what is Canada, really?
When I say Canada, what do you think? What do you think of?
I'm not really sure. I think
the first thing that pops into my head about Canada is that there's no guns.
There aren't that many Canadians.
I think our language is very boring.
I speak with a monotone voice.
I know I'm pretty monotone. I don't know if all Canadians are like that.
The people are very calm, quiet, not very busy.
We're viewed on as being a cold country and not terribly imaginative.
It's being incredibly sedate, but
Kind of stodgy, certainly in the eyes of the Americans.
Without the U.S., Canada is essentially Honduras, but, colder and much less interesting.
They say it's boring.
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 Boring, 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 Canada. Boring, 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 Canada.
With the arrival of the new millennium and the rise of President George W. Bush, something changed.
Hey.
All right, so welcome our next guest.
Let's bring our next guest up here, and
it's 4:20 in BC.
Oh, perfect timing. Happy
timing.
420, British Columbia. Everybody light her up if you got them going. And we'll welcome up our next guest, Mr. Albert Nerenberg. Come on up here, sir. Oh, we got one here ready for you, too, but we could have a vape bag. All right, Mr. Nerenberg needs to medicate a little bit. Just give us a second. There he is, right behind me here.
just checking out some vapor.
So is it easier for you on the inside or the outside, sir? Which works better for you?
Wherever you want me.
All right, we'll get you closer to Opus.
Yeah,
you guys
come
can
on,
get up
come on
close
in
and
here. I don't
personal.
bite. There you go.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for coming on the show. Good
Yeah,
to
great
have
to
you,
be here,
man.
actually.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
So, tell us, you've got quite a number of films. This is one of my favorites here, the Escape to Canada one.
Yeah.
That got a lot of publicity, and I know I talk about it quite often and refer to it in different things. Tell me a little about your other stuff, your laughologist. What's that about? Like,
I guess I specialize in subjects that I consider are hiding in plain sight, something really obvious. For example, stupidity. You'd think there'd be like a lot of movies about stupidity, but there's only one. I mean, actually there's one that came out since then, but no one's actually looked at why people are stupid on purpose.
Okay.
So when I did the film, it was kind of a new thing.
And why we find it funny.
And it is funny, too. And laughology is more the same thing with laughter. People have always known that laughter is good for you, that everybody should laugh more, we should all laugh more. But nobody ever even...
Laughter is the best medicine, sure. Yeah.
That's right. But people actually often mistake humor for laughter. They think joking is actually laughter, but joking is joking. It's not actually laughter. Laughter is a behavior where you make a sound and you jump around a little bit. It's a whole other game, and that also had never been made into a film. Escape to Canada was, I was, working in the film business, and to me, I was like, Canada's this country that was always kind of overlooked, forgotten. We were like in the shadow of the United States. 10 years ago, we were doing amazing things. As as a kind of like on an official level.
Pre Stephen Harper.
Pre Stephen Harper. You know, one of the closing scenes in the film is Stephen Harper is on stage, but he's like this obscure political candidate, and he's at a rally which is filled with basically crackpots. I remember they were, you know, right-wing lunatics, and he got up and he screamed, "This is the real Canada." And everybody laughed who was there, who wasn't kind of with the crackpots, and because we thought, this guy can't be serious. I mean, he's preaching to lunatics.
Yeah, we're not believable. He's not believable, no.
He's not believable. And amazingly, that guy is currently, apparently, the Prime Minister of Canada.
Yeah, I like how you say apparently there, yeah.
Now, the Escape to Canada film, that's my first introduction to you. And now the funny thing about that is when I actually went to the screening of that, some of the footage from the Global Marijuana March, some of the footage from the film was from the Global Marijuana March the year that I was the event coordinator on that event. But the footage from the first 12 American weddings, I was actually working at the Looking Glass at that time as well.
The Looking Glass, yeah.
Yes, where those weddings took place, so you were filming there. So I remember seeing you at those events, but I didn't actually realize what was going on until I saw the film.
Interesting.
And went, oh, wait, okay, now I know. So, yeah, that was my first, and then ran into you again recently. We'll get to that a little bit later. You guys have heard about it. You were on stage at Idea City hypnotizing people.
Yeah, I'm working on a new project to do with hypnosis. One of the crazy things I did there is I demonstrate that you can produce any drug state under hypnosis that you can do by actually taking drugs. So part of the idea, my thinking is that that you can avoid taking dangerous drugs, and you can hypnotize yourself into much weirder states.
Yes.
It's just people don't really know how to do it, and it's partly because it's a very I don't know if people know this, but more people are dying right now of drug and alcohol overdoses than at any other time in human history. It's quite a serious thing. In fact, I'm very sorry to say that what's his name? Robin, the actor.
Robin Williams?
Robin Williams has just died.
What?
Robin Williams is found dead of an apparent suicide.
Oh my God!
Kidding. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, look it up. Robin
Williams
died.
My God.
They just found him a couple hours ago.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. Can someone check sources on that, please?
I'm sure people are all on their phone. Look,
yeah.
I see everybody's like got their.
I checked it. I can guarantee you that sadly, Robin Williams has died.
Oh, well, that's a sad thing to hear today.
That's heartbreaking. And you said it apparent suicide.
Apparent suicide, but this is also a guy who struggled all his life with alcohol and cocaine addiction.
Yeah, he had
addiction
a
all
large
his
cocaine habit. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's heartbreaking. Let me see. Yep. Dead at 63. Apparent suicide. Oh, that's crazy.
Terrible loss.
Oh, all right.
Some of these stories are 19 minutes ago, 28 minutes ago. 20.
Yeah, it just broke like a half an hour ago.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. Yeah. And you know, I mean, all of us can remember so many Robin Williams moments of, and then and I mean, the addiction is a big part of his career.
I just watched Good Morning Vietnam again, like a week ago. Just bored, decided to watch something. It was put it on, and I know at that time when he made that movie, he was heavily into the cocaine at that time. I believe he was still struggling. Right?
Yeah.
He was. I think he was using heavy during the making of that movie.
Of course we don't know why, but it happens a lot that people that are very talented and traumatized commit suicide, and I think it's strange. The explanation, the only one I can offer, is that if you have trauma, it means you're kind of dancing with death.
Yeah.
So you kind of have it around. That's why you got to sort your problems out.
Yeah.
You can.
Very
don't
much very
bottle
true.
them up.
Yeah.
Talking is good, people. Just talk. That's all you got to do.
So shifting gears to a little lighter topic.
Yeah, sure.
Tracy was talking about it. You have another project out now, another movie, Boredom?
Yeah, I got a new documentary coming out on DVD this week, actually on Disinfo. It's in the States mainly, but it's called Boredom. It's about boredom. I do very, stupidity, boredom, laughing.
I like it. That's good. Yeah.
I wanted to make a film about jerks, actually, because just very obvious things that, they're right in your face.
The slackers.
The slackers, chairs, you know,
Yeah.
chairs.
Yeah.
Noses, actually. I thought, no, you know, you really know. Everyone's got a nose, something everybody can relate to. So I actually have a new documentary called Boredom that's coming out, and it's the reason there's a film, very simply, is, again, no one's ever made a film about boredom, a feature documentary, I should explain before. And this one is about the fact that boredom's not what you think it is. Most people think that boredom is a kind of irritating, troubling state. Just you're a little irritated. But actually, boredom is a stress state. There's now, the film exposes the fact that when you get bored, your cortisol level, which is a stress hormone, jumps up very suddenly as you get bored. And it shows that the school system is doing something fairly intolerable to children, which it is systematically boring them, and if boredom's a state of stress, then that's a health issue too.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking.
And
that.
we talked about the correlation between boredom and stress a little bit yesterday as well. That's interesting to me. Okay.
That's very interesting because you wouldn't think that at all, really.
Well, this is the thing. I think that you ask yourself who has a vested interest in making it seem like boredom is harmless, and that would be like companies that produce boring jobs, and the educational system.
The education, sure,
But
public education, yeah.
Boredom is a real soul killer. It's very damaging. It's actually, in addiction, it is the #1 reason why people relapse. It's because they're bored. So you got to deal with your boredom. It's a serious thing, and making it seem like a trivial factor is probably a mistake.
It sort of comes to that saying, idle hands, the devil's work.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about my cigarette addiction, and, you know, when do I smoke? I smoke when I'm stressed, and I smoke when I'm bored. And they're kind of the same thing.
I keep making these references to these old sayings that just seem to be on to what you're saying. So maybe there's something to these old sayings.
There
you
is.
know? Yeah.
I like
obviously.
I think
There's a reason
an
for it.
There's an old Scottish saying that says, everyone in the world is a little bit crazy except for you and me, and I'm beginning to wonder about you.
Yeah. 2 out of 3 people in the world should be on medication, and let's see. There's 3 of us sitting here. I don't know.
Well, we were talking last night about my family background, and I'm like, all I could think of is, to be Irish is to know the world will break your heart. Little James Joyce.
Very good. So another thing is, I was surprised to hear you're a hypnotist.
Yeah, hard to explain in a way, but it's like my life I follow the bouncing ball, and when I got trained in laughter work, there happened to be a new study that came out that said that laughing and cocaine produce dopamine in the same way.
Okay.
So I got a call from a rehab center, basically hired me to come in and make cocaine addicts laugh. And we wanted to see if they would report that their symptoms of cravings would be relieved. And we found out that it was true. So they would have me come there every week, make addicts laugh, and they would say they feel better and they don't miss their drugs as much. And then the guy's laughing too, but it's true. And it was true. They would laugh for 2 hours and they'd I don't feel like doing drugs. And so you understand, I'm not against drugs, I'm against addiction. Addiction's dangerous.
No, that's 2 different things, absolutely.
Yeah. So I wanted to look at ways, some people are very tough audiences, they're not easy. If you want to really get the benefit of laughing, you got to laugh for 45 minutes, right? Not everyone can do that. Some people can, most people here can probably do that. But under hypnosis, you can make people laugh for incredible amounts of time. And it's quite amazing. So I started studying hypnosis. Then I started asking the addicts, what do you do in life to make you high? And one thing that's different about people that are prone to addiction as opposed to, let's say, people who are not, is they sometimes believe that the only way to get high in life is through drugs. So I thought, okay, hold on a sec. Can I suggest to you that it's all in your mind? That if we hypnotize you, you could experience these drug states and there will be no side effects. Of course, they don't believe it, but there's an old parlor trick that hypnotists do where you can hypnotize people to be drunk, and they will be drunk. So I thought, wait a second, I know how to do that. Why don't I transpose that to LSD, heroin, cocaine, and even mix them up? When I do it, I can ask people to invent a drug that doesn't exist. and it'll work. Like when we were at Idea City, I asked the audience for a drug that didn't exist. They suggested Ludacron, which is a drug that makes you laugh whenever anybody says something serious.
Yeah.
And then it makes you think that everybody's naked. So.
Oh, and there was one woman who was so high on Ludacron.
Yeah.
Oh, she was, and it's actually quite funny because I came in from the back when Albert was on stage and went, wait a second, that looks like Albert Nerenberg. But Albert Nerenberg, why would Albert Nerenberg be hypnotizing people on stage at Idea City? And then Moses and it was like, okay, Albert Nerenberg, everyone. And I'm like, okay, slight mind fuck, because I missed the beginning of the presentation. But at first, the one lady, because she had her hair down in her face, she had this black hair, I thought it was Amy Anonymous at first, and I was like, oh no, like I'm standing in the back going, is that Amy? Because if she is, she's really high and she's laughing a lot. And luckily, got to my seat, she's like, oh no, that's not me, and I'm like, oh thank God.
Ludacron, so I'm just thinking lewds.
Yeah, and there was a lot of, she was laughing, she was having a great time.
And she actually did think that everybody was naked, and she was. Yeah,
oh, the look of shock on her face when she opened her eyes, it was hilarious.
Oh, Amy.
Oh no, this woman that I thought was Amy.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
But she when opened her eyes and thought that everybody else around was like, the look of shock on her face was just priceless. Yeah, it was good.
Right on. That sounds good. So did you want to try that here today? Hypnotize some people?
Yeah, if anybody wants to be.
Do we got any people want to come up and try this?
Sure.
Need a couple of
Oh,
3,
come
4
on,
people.
get a couple up here. Let's see.
There's one right here.
Come on up.
Right on.
We get we're better with a group of people. So come on up. If you want to come up, come on up.
Right
this
on.
guy over here?
He said he'd do it. This guy in the red hat.
Yeah, come on up.
Where do we put them?
No, listen, and I'll tell you this.
Where do we put them?
Maybe we can clear a couch here in the front.
Let's go. We're going to use this couch.
We're going to use this couch here in the front.
We'll just line them up here because we got a camera in the back that'll shoot back that way.
Yep. So if you don't mind giving up the couch up here in front for just a
letting us
little
borrow
bit.
your couch?
You can come sit up here with us.
We'll just leave your stuff there.
We'll move it.
You just leave your stuff there.
Just move it forward a little bit. We're okay. All right.
Oh, here comes Aaron with the tickets.
All right, so if you're ready, I'm going to give you this one right here.
We have one for you.
Okay, so what we'll do first for a warm-up is I want to demonstrate to you that actually, one of the reasons people take drugs is to hallucinate. So So we're going to demonstrate that you actually, I'm going to make you hallucinate right now without drugs. Some of you might be hallucinating already. But Chris, if you got that first video, it's very easy. You might have seen this before. All you got to do is look at the screen. Okay, take the screen. You want to take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in and slowly breathe out. It's good if we got a little bit of music.
This video may cause temporary hallucinogenic effects. But
so all you got to
do not be afraid. These effects usually last a few seconds. Read
just look into the center of the screen starting now.
Do not make any mistake.
Okay, good. So now just look at the person next to you, or just look at, obviously I'm at Vapor Central, so I'm not complaining about the use of certain drugs, carefully and reasonably. So now we're going to see if we can actually put people into hypnotic states. So anybody wants to come up, we can take maybe 2 or 3 more people. We're going to sit you down here. You guys can sit down, you can relax, take it easy. So maybe I'm going to start with, maybe you want to sit here. Yeah, you guys want to come? What we're going to do is, first I'm just going to put you into hypnotic states. Then we're going to see if we can actually put you in different drug states. So we're
going to try to get you high with your brain.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, so this is what's going to happen here.
Yeah, sit over here.
So we're going to try to get you high.
Okay, so this is kind of our show right here. Okay, good. So what's interesting about hypnosis, it's a natural process. If you want the good way of thinking about it, now we can all do this together. Okay, I'm not going to make anybody dance like a chicken or anything like that. It'll just be actually weirder than that. Okay, so all you got to do, if you really want to experience the effect, The trick is to relax as much as possible, and you do that by breathing. So I'll demonstrate. The trick is you take a deep breath in through your nose and you slowly breathe out. That actually activates the natural Bob Marley system in the brain. Calms you down. So that's how it works. And I'm going to show you a video that is hypnotic by nature. If you really don't want to be hypnotized, which I respect, just don't look at it, okay? Just don't look at it, because then I'm going to talk some of these people into a hypnotic state. Okay, so is that video lined up? We'll line up the video. Here it is. Okay, so what you want to do, starting now, turn up the sound a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Okay, and now slowly, slowly breathe out. And while you do that, get ready to take a second deep breath in. And slowly, slowly breathe out. Third deep breath in. Very good. And as you do, you'll notice you're starting to really relax. Slowly, slowly breathe out. Excellent. Okay, now, I would like you to think about just relax. Just try relaxing your whole head. As you breathe, continue to breathe in a relaxing way. Relax your shoulders. Relax all the way down to your feet. Let your right hand relax. Let your left hand relax. Your right foot relax, and now your left foot relaxes. As I count you down, starting with 10, 9, double that feeling of relaxation. On the count of 3, I'm going to have you close your eyes, but then you will reopen them, dropping down into a more relaxed state. 3, 2, 1, just close your eyes and relax and drop down. Beautiful. Very good. Now you can reopen your eyes. I'm going to snap my fingers, and you can just close your eyes and relax and fall, dropping down all the way, letting yourself drift down further and further. Very good. Excellent. Now, I'm going to go around to a few people. We're going to do a little bit of a fun test that measures how hypnotizable you are. Take your hands and put them up like this. Just put your hands up like this. That's good. Okay, very good. Slowly put them together. Very good. And put an inch between your fingers, just like that. Hold your hands together, put an inch between your fingers. If you can do this, this is actually a test of how. So I'm just going to have you look at the back of the hall where the snacks are as you focus, okay? Take a deep breath in. On the count of 3, 2, I'm just going to ask you to put your hand out like that. Put your hand out like this and point. Just take your right hand, put it out like that, point. And as you point, you notice that your hand is becoming more and more solid, solid and solid as you point. And as you point, it becomes solid like tough iron. On the count of 3, you can find yourself dropping down 2. And when I snap my fingers, you will just fall, dropping down all the way and relax. Beautiful, dropping down all the way. Now, on the count of 3, 2, 1, you'll hear the word sleep. When you hear the word sleep, you will just allow yourself to relax on the couch, feeling really calm, and sleep. Just relax on the couch, feeling very calm. Excellent. Okay. How you doing? Are you doing good? Okay, so I'm just going to have you look. Okay, just take a look. Just focus on this microphone, okay? Just focus on that microphone. Look deep into that microphone. Now I'm going to ask you to do something. Just put your hand on my hand, looking at the microphone. Just turn your hand around. If you don't mind, push down. Push down. Push down hard. Take a deep breath in. Push down hard. Sleep all the way in. Relaxing all the way. Very good. Excellent. Okay, good. Okay. Sir, can I ask you to do something? Sir, do you want to try this? Okay. So all you want to do is just stick your hands out like this. Stick your hands out like that. Very good. You can put them straight ahead. Take a deep breath in, okay? Take a deep breath in. Excellent. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. get a funny reaction, but that's totally healthy. Don't worry about it. Okay. Who else wants to try? You, sir? You, sir? Try? Okay. Okay, just look at my hand. Watch it go up. Watch it go down. Watch it go up. Down. Take a deep breath in as it goes down. Each time it drops, you just find yourself relaxing more. One more time. And this time you're just going to close your eyes. Just close your eyes and fall, dropping down all the way, letting yourself relax. Drifting down further and further. Drifting down further and further. Relaxing deeper and deeper. Beautiful. Feeling really, really good. Now, these two people, as ironically the hosts of the shows, I believe, are in a hypnotic state. So let's do a little bit of a test. And here's a test of whether somebody is hypnotized. The person I'm touching right now, you're in a beautiful hypnotic state. When you come back into the room, something amazing will have happened. You will no longer be able to speak. This is because you're so relaxed you won't be able to speak, and you'll only speak weird gibberish like this. The harder you try to speak, the more you will speak total gibberish. Coming back into the room, unable to speak English, but feeling really relaxed and calm on the count of 3, 2, 1. When I snap my fingers, now. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick interview with this person here. How are you feeling right now? If you could just put it into words, what would you say? How would you explain that in a little more detail, though, if you could? Okay. So, very good. Sorry. In my hand, I have a sleep gun. When I shoot you with this gun, you're going to go in a beautiful and relaxed sleep. Bang. Very good. Okay. So, just so you know, this is scientific. If you're curious, she's in a hypnotic trance. The reason that it worked when she said sleep, when I sleep, had to do with the timing of what I did. There's an element of surprise, and if you time it correctly, you can often put someone into a relaxing and deep trance. It might seem like you might have thought, it seems a little bit like she's acting, but she's not. She's actually kind of in a dream state where she sort of feels that things are real, but she also is in a dream. So now let's try something stranger. Okay, let's try a drug state that doesn't exist. Can you suggest a drug state that doesn't exist? What's that? It could be just really weird where you think everything is, there's a lot of cheese in the room or something like that, or everything's melting. Okay. Okay, so this is a drug that makes you feel like everything is melting, and it causes you to melt off your chair. What is the name of this drug? Narcotica. Is your suggestion? So this is called Narcotica. Okay, so this is how we do it. Watch. So the person I'm touching right now, feeling really good and relaxed, feeling really great, I have now injected you with a drug called Narcotica. It is very safe. However, it does have one powerful side effect. When you hear the snapping of fingers like that, you will find that you begin melting. The whole room starts to melt, and you will start melting into the floor. The person I'm talking to right now, we've injected you with Narcotica. If you hear fingers snap, you will start melting onto the floor. You will not be able to stop. You will also look around and see melting faces, and the room will be melting. But you'll always feel good. Coming back into the room, the Narcotica will be activated. You can open your eyes. Now, it's activated. Now, we're activating Narcotica now. Careful, always really safe. Doubling the dose now. Everything is melting. Just tell us what you see. Now you have your words. You can speak. What do you see?
Everything's fucking all melty and shit, and I know that you're doing this to me, and I fucking hate you.
Okay, so I like that the host of the show is on. melting. Okay, so now we can reverse the effect. Okay, so these people are melting right now, and now we're going to reverse the effect. When I snap my fingers, you will no longer be melting, and instead, you're going to feel really relaxed and calm. You'll be able to stand up. The only catch is that you will only be able to speak with a very high voice. You'll speak with a high, squeaky voice like that, but that's going to be fine. When you come back, you'll have a high, squeaky voice. Here's the host. The host. Okay, so you got it? Okay, in a few seconds, you're going to stop melting. You're going to feel nice and relaxed. You'll get up, but you'll have a high, squeaky voice. And enjoy having a high, squeaky voice. On the count of 3, 2, 1, when I snap my fingers, now. Okay. So, how do you feel now?
I'm fine.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm fine.
Very good. How do you feel?
I'm great.
Okay. He's already got a low voice, so I guess he's not that squeaky. Okay, very good. Feeling really good. So now, we're going to do a little bit of a game. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to give you a sleep gun. You've got a gun. You can put up your hand. You can point it at your co-host. It's not going to hurt her. I'm going to give you a sleep gun. You can take your gun. You can point it at your host, at your co-host too. Point your gun. Here's what's going to happen. On the count of 3, 2, 1, when you shoot, you're both going to go into a beautiful sleep trance. Whether you like it or not, it's going to feel great. Here we go. On the count of 3, 2, 1, bang, sleep. Very good. Excellent. They're both out. Okay. So now let's put them both into another state. Let's put them both into another state. We should get some more people up here, but these guys are great subjects. What's another state we could put these people in? Here, we'll do some laughing. Okay? Okay, this is a drug. What's the name of it? It makes you laugh. Okay? Whenever you hear the word, say a word. How about? Like a really easy word. Okay, laughorium. Okay, this drug is called laughorium. Whenever you hear someone say laughorium, you will start laughing like crazy. Okay? You will start laughing like crazy. Now, it also has a side effect, which is the more you laugh, what happens? What's that? No, we're not going to have them piss themselves. Because they might. You poop yourself? Because it could happen, and they still got a show to put on. So the more you laugh, the more you cry. That is a good idea, but I'm worried that sometimes people get upset. They might really. What's that? You really want to smoke some pot. And you want the pot to come from the back of the room. How's that? Just as a sign that they really feel it. Okay. You want to smoke. Okay. So, right now, this person right here has been injected with, what was it called again? Laphonia? Laphoria. You have been injected with Laphoria. It is not active yet. The person right over here, you have been injected now with Laphoria. You can feel it going through your system, tingling through your system. When you come back into the room and anyone mentions the word Laphoria, you will begin laughing like crazy. It will be a wild, crazy laugh. After laughing for a while, you'll really want to smoke pot, but it only can come from the back of the room. When you come back into the room on the count of 3, when I snap my fingers, the Laphoria will be activated. On the count of 3, 2, 1. Now when I snap my fingers, now back in the room, Laphoria is activated now. So what was that word you said before? Sorry, what was that word again?
Oh, no.
Somebody say Laforia. Okay, now let me ask you, what do you feel like doing right now? What do you feel like doing?
Oh, I need some weed.
Where do you want to get it from?
Dan.
Is that accurate? Is that accurate? Okay. All right, so here, we'll do another one now. Okay, remember, you put your hand, you know how to do the sleep gun again, so you can point at your co-host. This is always going to feel good. You can point your sleep gun at your co-host there. Okay, here we go. On the count of 3, 2, 1, when you first get shot, you're going to scream in kind of a funny way, and then you're going to go into a beautiful trance, into a deep, relaxing trance. On the count of 3, 2, 1, now, sleep. Great. Okay, yeah, we got to make sure he doesn't fall out of his chair. Okay, so a lot of times people wonder, like, is this real? Okay, I do know these people, but I didn't necessarily know that they were going to be hypnotized. But if you look, actually, let me show you something. People are touching him, but be gentle, because he's actually awake. He can hear what we say. He's just like in a dream. If I lift up his arm, you'll see that it's kind of limp. He's limp. And if you look closely, you'll see his eyes are flickering. That is the REM state, same as when you dream. So in this state, they're very suggestible. Like, for example, I could say, you can hear my voice very well now. And this room, we've turned up the temperature, so it's getting hotter and hotter. It's about 95. Now you're starting to feel really like a little bit sweaty. It's about 100. It's about 105. Now it's getting really hot. You're like too hot. You're agitated hot. Now it's 110. It's 115. If I kept going, these guys they'd actually start sweating. But we're not going to go that far because hot is a little uncomfortable. So now we're going to turn it back down. So it's cooling down, 105, 110, sorry, 100, 95. Back to normal. Now it's starting to get cool. Now it's starting to get cold. Colder. Now you're actually starting to feel like you're in a refrigerator. Now you're like visiting Winnipeg. You are cold now. You are cold. See, now the idea here is that people can hear the suggestions very directly. So let's try something else. Now we're going to warm it back up. We're going to warm it back up. But now we're going to do an interesting experiment. Remember I mentioned there's an old parlor trick where you can get people drunk using hypnosis. Let's see if that works. So, person I'm touching right now. The person I'm touching right now. You know that feeling that you have after you've had 2 quick beers where you feel kind of a warm buzz and you feel kind of relaxed? Right now you have had, when I snap my fingers now, you have had 2 quick beers and you feel warm and relaxed. When you come back in the room, every time I snap my fingers, it will be like you've had another beer. Coming back into the room on the count of 3, 2, 1, when I snap my fingers, you can open your eyes. You've had 2 beers now. So here's the weird thing. You guys are doing a very good job, by the way. You're doing a great job of hosting the show. Let's give them a hand for these guys for hosting the show. That's right. They're doing a great job. Actually, I think this is a first where the hosts of a show actually are under hypnosis. But now we'll try something. We're going to try, what would happen if I went like that? And I went like this. This is 4 beers. 5 beers. So I'm going to ask you, sir, Opus, if you don't mind, if you could just stand up for a second. Just stand up. Okay, 6 beers. Okay, careful, you're not going to fall at any time. But maybe just take a walk down there. Just take a walk carefully, always remaining safe. 7 beers, 8 beers. Now you're feeling it throughout your whole body. 9 beers. 10 beers. Now 11 beers. Now you got to figure out if you can make it back. See if you can make it back. You had 11 beers. They're starting to hit. See if you can make it back here. Is he doing okay? Here he's doing it. Here he goes. This guy can hold his alcohol, I gotta say. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. 12 beers. Good, good. Probably wants another beer. Okay, we can arrange that. 13 beers. Okay, so now see if you can make your way back to this chair. See if you can just do that. Make your way back to this chair. I should point out the people that just walked in. This guy behind you's had. Careful, always remain. He's had a few too many. Okay, yeah, what do you say? Sorry, let us know a little bit how you're feeling right now. Let's have a round of applause for this guy making it from there. 13 beers.
Yeah, okay. This. Oh boy. I haven't been this drunk in a long time.
Okay, now watch. Here's the amazing thing. Okay, normally 13 beers, you have a pretty wicked hangover, right? Now watch this, though. On the count of 5, you will, as I count you down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, when I snap my fingers, you will be absolutely 100% sober, completely sober. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now, sober. How do you feel?
Just, yeah, I'm regular.
Are you, you want to just take a short walk, see how you walk? Just, you don't even need to do it, just show us. Now, is that weird, or is that weird? So you're also aware that about 10 seconds ago you were drunk.
Yeah, I kind of got the play. I did. I felt drunk.
And now you're
stoned like normal.
Okay, good. On marijuana. Okay, so let's try. Okay, if you don't mind, maybe we'll do an experiment with you then. Let's try a really, really weird drug, like one that doesn't exist, that's really strange. That would be like have to be original. Like, how about this? I just thought of it because I'm in Toronto. How about Rob Fordia? It's a drug that makes you feel like you are Rob Ford. And so you act like Rob Ford, you feel like Rob Ford. What other side effects would there be? How about if people say hi to you, you will compulsively say, fuck you. How's that? If anybody says hi to you, you're going to say fuck you to them. Okay, take a deep breath in, relax. It's good. On the count of 3, 2, 1, you can just drop down, relax, and sleep, and sleep. Beautiful. Dropping down all the way, letting yourself relax deeper and deeper. Very good. What's a better name for it? Rob Fordonia? Fordia? Rob Fordia. Okay, we'll call it Rob Fordia. Okay. So, the person that I'm touching right now, and the person that I'm touching right now, you are part of a new experimental drug program where we experiment with new kinds of experiences. This drug is called Rob Fordia. Rob Fordia. Now, we inject this directly into your belly for obvious reasons. There. It can't hurt you, but the effect of this drug is you are Rob Ford. You feel like Rob Ford. You talk like Rob Ford. You act like Rob Ford. Now, person right now, you are Rob Ford. You have become Rob Ford. You see the world as Rob Ford. You will open your eyes in 10 seconds and you will be Rob Ford. If anyone says hi to you, if anyone says hi to you, you will always shout, fuck you. Anyone says hi, you will always shout, fuck you. You can't help it. But you are Rob Ford. Coming back into the room on this drug, it's activated. You will be Rob Ford. In 3, 2, 1, when I snap my fingers, now, back in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to, how's it going? How are you feeling?
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine.
Somebody had something to say over there. What do you want to say?
No. smoke crack. What kind of question is that? Fuck you. No, I don't have a drinking problem.
You know that all of us here, we wanted to say hi.
Fuck you.
Hi.
Are you talking to me?
Now, what do you see here? Now, who are you?
I'm Mayor Ford.
What do you see out here? What do you see?
Bunch of degenerates.
A bunch of degenerates? Oh, yeah? And, well, these degenerates, one thing they want to say to you, they want to say, hi.
What kind of shit is this? What am I doing here? You must have an appointment. I got an appointment. I have to go somewhere.
I'm sure you do. Okay, now I'm going to give somebody else the power of the sleep gun. Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it, sir? Okay, this fellow right here. Okay, you're going to shoot Rob Ford, and you're going to shoot Rob Ford. Now, you mean this? It's a gentle way, peaceful, very peaceful. Okay, so when you are shot by this fellow, we give this guy the power of the sleep gun. When you get shot by him, you're going to go into a beautiful and deep trance. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. On the count of 3, 2, 1, bang! Sleep. Good job. Okay, they're out. Okay, so somebody should tell me, like, I don't know when this show like starts or ends because the hosts are hypnotized. So, okay, let's try another state. What else would you like to see them do? They're hosts of the show. They just won the lottery. But the only thing is that then when they wake up afterwards and they find out they didn't win the lottery, they'll be kind of sad. What's that? Okay, I can make somebody disappear. You want to see somebody disappear? Okay, watch this. Okay, so I need help though. I need one person to help us out. Yeah, do you want to come here? Okay, so can you if you just want to sit in this chair, okay? Okay, and it's good if you have a cup. Can somebody lend her a cup or that can, if that's all right? Can she just borrow it for a second? Say good. Sorry, what's your name? Maribel. Okay. So, okay, the person I'm touching right now, when you come back into the room, you'll be able to see everybody in the room. However, women with dark black hair are invisible. You cannot see women with long, black, shiny hair. They are completely invisible. You will be able to see everybody else. Coming back into the room on the count of 3, 2, 1, when I snap my fingers, now. So if I could just ask you to look, can you tell me, describe the person that's sitting over there? Drinking Coke. Okay. Okay. Now look over here. What do you see there?
Just a guy in yellow shirt.
What do you see right over there? What do you see there?
It's nothing.
Just look right where I'm pointing. What do you see?
Seeing guys in the chair behind there.
How many people are sitting along this bench? Okay, how many people are sitting along this bench?
2.
Sorry, how many?
2.
There's. Okay, very good. You're doing good. Now, when I snap my fingers, you will be able to see the person that is in this bench, but you will only be able to see their head. You'll only be able to see their head in the count of 3, 2, 1. Now you can see their head. What do you see?
Holy shit. That's weird.
What do you see?
That's weird, dude. What the hell? Oh, man.
Tell us what you see.
I just see it. Just this head. But you're just like covered up in a coat or something.
Yeah. What's the head doing?
She's just, just looking at me. It's chewing gum. How do you do that?
Okay, now when I snap my fingers, you'll be able to see the whole person. Coming back to the room, count. You can snap my fingers, you can see the whole person now. Very good. Can you see them now?
Yeah. Hey. Oh, wow. That's cool.
Kind of crazy, eh? Thank you very much. That was Mirabelle. Mirabelle, is that correct? Thank you. That was great. So, now, again, this is actually, he really couldn't see her, if you're wondering. And this is actually how when people do hypnosis, they use it for pain control. And if you can make people disappear, you can make pain disappear. So I'm going to do one last thing, a crazy one. We're going to do something that's like a crazy high. So I just need your attention for this, okay? Person I'm touching right now, you can relax, go back to sleep, all the way in, feeling really relaxed and calm, beautiful. The person I'm touching right now, we have injected you with a body-activated form of a drug called super high. The way this drug is activated is when you slap your hands together, the drug will immediately activate. You're going to feel a powerful rush. Your heart is going to beat. Your pupils will dilate, and you're going to go, wow! You're going to feel like a crazy, wild feeling of flying around the entire planet in about 11 seconds. This is called super high. It will be activated when you clap your hands together. That's when it happens. You have been injected with super high now. You have been injected with super high now. It is safe, but it is powerful. And it can be activated at multiple levels. Here we go. You're going to come back into the room on super high on the count of 3, 2, 1. I'm going to snap my fingers now. I'm just going to ask you guys to put your hands out like this. Yeah, put your hands out like that. That's right. A little bit further apart. And what you're going to do is, as hard as you can, you're going to clap your hands together. The minute your hands touch, super high is activated. Your heart will beat. You'll feel a powerful rush. You'll travel all the way on the roof. You'll scream fucking wow. And you will experience the first stage of super high. Here we go. On the count of 3, 2, 1, you will clap your hands together. 3, 2, 1, now!
Whoa. Whoa, man.
Wow.
Okay. Now we can double up on this if we want, but always remaining safe. Okay, always remaining safe. The only side effect of this is that you feel incredibly healthy. You're going to feel incredible health and strength. Okay. So now it helps if we all do it together. We're going to ask you to put your hands up. Okay. This time wider. This time wider. And if you guys don't mind, you can help me out by putting your hands out too, because you're going to clap your hands at the same time. That'll help them feel it. This time it's going to be double the effect, but you will always remain safe, okay? It's going to be crazy. You're going to see everything. Okay, you will understand everything and you will go fucking wow. So here we go all together on the count of 3, 2, 1, now.
Whoa.
Can they do bud swap in their hypnotic state?
What? Yeah, they probably could actually.
Because we usually do a giveaway where people, not bud swap, that's tomorrow, but where people guess the weight of the weed.
Yeah. Well, why don't we bring them back actually, because it's good if they can come all the way back. They're sort of halfway there. That was great. You feeling good? Okay, so we're just going to do one last thing. I'm going to put you to sleep one last time. Then we're going to bring them back. We'll do a funny little trick on them, if you don't mind, but it'll be funny. Okay, sleep gun. Take a deep breath in. 3, 2, 1, bang, sleep, bang, sleep. Beautiful. Okay, now, you've done a great job. It was like one of the most interesting shows I've ever been involved with. I got to say, it was pretty fun. So when you come back into the room, you're going to feel refreshed and relaxed, really capable of going on with the show. But here's the catch. You will not remember anything that happened. Okay, you will not remember anything that happened until you hear the words super high. When you hear the word super high, suddenly everything will come flooding back, and you'll remember everything that happened. Okay, coming back into the room, feeling refreshed and relaxed and really good on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When I say the words now, you can open your eyes and come back into the room now. Okay. How about a big hand for our hosts? Person I'm touching right now, you can come back into the room now. Very good. Can we just ask you a couple questions just before you start? Do you remember what's happened the last, let's say, 90 minutes?
No, I'm wondering why I'm sitting here.
Do you remember? Okay, so what if we said to you, maybe all together, the words super high?
Okay. Nicely done, Albert.
Do you remember me saying to you I wasn't going to watch it because I wasn't going to get hypnotized?
Yeah, I remember you saying that, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. Hi.
Well, that's a first.
What do you remember about what happened? Do you remember being drunk?
I was just going to say, I think I was walking around drunk.
Okay, that's the fucked up thing about that, is that you forgot about me, and I don't know how many beers we were in, but I just sat here and felt nauseous because I don't drink anymore. And I kept saying like, oh, and I just kept feeling sick.
I went to I'm 14 years sober, man. I went to an ugly spot.
Interesting.
I was feeling real. I was like thinking I might go back and puke.
Interesting.
That's what I was like. I wanted to puke. I was sitting here going, oh God, no. Like, that's a lot of beer. Oh God, I don't drink anymore. I just kept wanting to puke.
And do you remember, okay, when that woman was over there, could you see her?
That's right. There was a woman there.
Yeah. And when she
I'm
was
looking now, they're thinking, no, there wasn't because there's nobody there.
There was before.
Yeah.
Do you remember clapping your hands together and experiencing super high? What was that like?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy, man. That was like just serious rush.
I
was like cocaine,
so
but different.
Okay.
Like a ringer.
Yeah. So I want to point something out, okay? Now let me ask both of you. How real was it when you were doing that sort of weird, how real would you say it was?
The drug?
Yeah.
Oh, it was real. I could feel that. Like I got a rush.
Yeah.
It was like, I say, it was like doing cocaine. It was the rush.
So I just want to point something out. So these guys experienced the effects of cocaine. At one point they had 13 beers. They did, they turned into, they were Rob Ford. They had some kind of drug that made them laugh. And are there any side effects right now? Do you feel hungover, or how do you feel?
I feel fine.
Usually people feel really good after a hypnotic state. It's very relaxing.
You know, kind of be like, all right. Keep asking me the same question over and over. You keep looking for the same thing over and over again. It's always like, this is like the third time I've been hypnotized now, and I don't know how to explain to people because it's a mind fuck, because I'm aware it's happening, and I don't want it to happen. And I hear all the stupid shit that you guys were saying about, all like, and I'm like, fuck you guys, I'm not gonna.
It's like,
and it's crazy because he suggests he does it, and I do it anyway, and it's a mind fuck.
By the way, it wasn't my intention necessarily to hypnotize the hosts. I was just kind of going with whoever got hypnotized. And it just happened that you guys were the first. I think there are other people, but sometimes it takes either experience or it's sort of random. Some people are, some people aren't. But you guys were very entertaining.
Yeah, I'm sure we were.
I'll watch. We record this, so I'll be able to watch later.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's it.
Albert would be like, look what I did on Monday. Look, I got a whole, like, 90... How long are we... I don't even know how long we've been doing this. He might have gotten the whole show. We'll just turn this to the Albert Nerenberg show.
I just realized it's 20 after 8.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, we're going to we have some obligations. We got to give away some marijuana.
But, you know, hey, come sit down. We'll get high.
20 after 8, that means it's time to smoke marijuana.
Yes.
And we're going to play How Much Does That Bud Weigh? And our sponsor today is Who Cares Get Doped. So we need 2 people to come up and play and draw some tickets.
All right. Get your tickets out, stoners. We're drawing for tickets.
Getting your tickets out if you want a chance to win marijuana. If you got a ticket ending in 808, come on up. You get to play.
808. Oh,
No.
we have 808 already. Fisher.
Hey.
Nicely done, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. All right. All right. And one more. We need one more player. Oh, and Aaron's bringing some tickets up here. All right. More people getting in on this one. Excellent.
Nobody wants to miss out.
Thank you. We'll give her a good shake. And ticket number ending in 807. How did that happen?
807. Do we got 807 back
Is there
there?
an 807? Anyone? Going once, going
Is it
twice.
you? Is it the lady friend? Is she 807?
No.
No.
Two
Wait,
more.
2 more. All right. We're going to try it again.
Here, draw one out while you're here. Since 807 is not coming up.
Last 3 numbers, 836.
836, come on up. You get a chance to win marijuana. How good are your eyeball
836.
skills? Are they here?
Wait. 836.
No. All right, keep pulling. That's how we do it here. Who's got 810? Anyone got ticket 810?
Like 710, but 100 more. 810.
710 plus 100.
Yes.
That's a good one. I like that.
I'm quick
All right.
like that.
We're keep pulling tickets. How about 818?
818.
Oh,
Oh, wait, we got it. We finally got the lady. I think our audience set that up. I don't know how that one worked, but it's like now the battle of the sexes. Awesome.
All right, here we go.
No, he doesn't.
Here it is today. I got this. Oh, you're using that, eh? Okay.
I have faith in his sister here. I think she could do it.
All right, here it is. I'm gonna. Do you want to? What's your names? Can you say it in
Yes,
the mic?
sorry.
Give us your names.
You guys can, yes, in the microphone.
Andrea.
Andrea.
Fisher.
All right, guys.
Fisher played like last week. The week before.
Fisher's been up here before.
He's a regular, but I mean, hey,
All
you
right.
buy the ticket, you get to play.
That's right. All right, I'm going to show you this weed here, and you're going to guess how much it weighs. And you'll write them down on some paper Tracy's going to give you here, and we'll show it up on the camera, and we'll let everyone else have a look, and we'll find out how much weed this is.
You'll have to excuse me. I wasn't quite prepared for this segment yet. Yes, so try to guess to a point of a gram the weight of that cannabis. The closest guess will win weed from our sponsors at Who Cares Get Doped. There we go. Oh, we got a non-working pen. Hold on. Fisher will share his pen, though. Don't share your answers, though. Oh, look, he's already like, that's my answer. So hopefully she'll answer something different. All right, Andrea, let's do this. All right. Are you ready? Opus.
All right.
How much does that bud weigh? All right. Do we have any guesses from the online chat, Chris? Oh, okay. They are very close. I've got Andrea at 1.8, and I've got Fisher at 1.4.
Well, Fisher's the winner at 1.5.
1.5, it goes to Fisher. But a solid guess by our girl Andrea.
I'll tell you,
over
those
here.
are good guesses, though. You guys are close.
Yeah. Very nicely done.
Here, Andrea, I got something else for you. Give her those. She
Very
gets
nicely
those.
done.
Thanks, Fisher. Thanks for
Well
coming up
done.
and playing.
We'll see you later. Nicely
Thanks, Andrea.
played, team. Nicely played.
All right, let's
And
hear it. Yeah,
should we also be playing our online version of this while we have the chance? Because our friends at Bud Buddy like to give away weed.
Okay, sure. Why not? Do we have a bud, though?
I'm sure we could find one in there somewhere.
Okay, pull one out. There he is. That's what I've been wanting. We're running late.
Way late. And my microphone is like so out of control right now. I don't know what to do with it. Find marijuana in the container.
From Starbucks?
There we go. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. The lovely Aaron Goodwin.
All right, so we'll play the online version of how much does that bud weigh for budbuddy.biz.
Our great sponsors sending you quality cannabis through the mail, unless you live in the United States. If you live in the United States, I'm sorry, you cannot play the next segment on the game. If you have a smartphone or device and are in the Vapor Central, you can play online by going to vaporcentral.com. And
So I'm only going to give the online people 10 seconds this time.
You got it. So
You got
only,
the bud ready?
And only one guess. Yeah, we got the bud ready. Vaporcentral.com. You get it on the chat there on the live stream.
It's a little low in the shot. Yeah,
There we
you
go.
go.
So a little Sharpie there for perspective.
And Sharpie is not a sponsor.
No. But
We just
you
like
know,
them.
Just to throw some names in there, we want to thank LaFumo Fight Pipe Canada, Skunk Magazine, Pure Garden to Grow.
So that's it. Any
And our
vote
friends at
past
BudBuddy.biz.
Old Stoner does not qualify. Including Nat Dog and Rom.
All right, what was that, Chris? Sorry, I missed that. Good one?
I was just talking to the online people.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Just want to make sure that they know what's going on. All right. So what are the ranges there, Chris? What are they saying?
Like 1.5, 2.3, 1.1, 4, 3.1, 2.8. So, what do we got, Opus? I can't.
1.4.
1.4.
It's actually 1.43 if you need that, but 1.4 is the guess, or is the weightage. I mean, I think we had some. I think you said somebody guessed that.
Hold on, it's just taking me a second.
The first vote was the closest with 1.5, Cheetos.
Oh, look at that, Cheetos. Way to go.
All right, Cheetos, just email your mailing information to vaporcentral@gmail.com, and we'll make sure that gets forwarded to budbuddy.biz, our sponsor, and you'll be receiving marijuana in the mail. That's right, from budbuddy.biz. A great place to go, and if you want to order cannabis through the mail, and don't feel like going on Craigslist to look for somebody, or, if you don't, or you can just go to your friendly neighborhood dealer like most of us.
Now we're going to talk about what's going on. Do we have any more information on what's going on tomorrow for the caravan and stuff like that?
Right,
stuff we've got to cover before we run into Mr.
we
Cal
should probably
Post
cover
and the CK
that.
podcast. Yep.
Tomorrow there is a caravan going to Windsor, Ontario, and we're all going down to greet Marc Emery as he comes across from the police states of America back to he's going to escape to Canada, I guess. That's what's going to go on. Marc Emery gets to escape to Canada. Isn't that ironic? And here Alan's here today. That's just awesome. Or Albert, I'm sorry. So if you're interested in that, I know the seating is extremely limited, and we're going to be splitting costs depending on how many people show up. I think I got 4 seats left. I've rented an SUV. And so anyways, there'll be a number of vehicles, and I guess you could show up 8 o'clock out here on the side street. Oh, hey, Naomi. This information involves you, so listen up. I'll be out on the side street on, what is it, Charles Street out there?
Charles Street, yeah.
Charles, around in front or across from the Comfort Inn, which is like right behind Vapor Central in the direction that I'm pointing. And 8 o'clock, and there'll be a number of vehicles there. I think there's going to be there's an SUV that's got a whole bunch of weed stickers on it from the States that's traveling around. So yeah, just look for the cannabis caravan. Going down to meet
I think
Marc.
they're coming on the show as a guest, so after Albert gets down, they were going to come up and talk to you.
Are they back?
I think so.
Oh, are they back now?
Yeah, they're here.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we'd love
all
to
right.
talk
Well,
to
let's
them
have
before
these
the end
guys
of
up.
the show, for
That's
sure.
right. There we go.
We were looking for them earlier and they weren't back, and then
Yeah.
we got hypnotized.
And then we went to La La Land.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got high on all kinds of good dope, man. It was good.
So-
Actually, I was like, yeah, man, I'd like to get some of that dope. but
We can say goodbye to our fabulous guest, Albert. You are awesome as always.
Yeah. Amazing, Thank you so Albert. much, Albert.
Thanks for coming.
Check out his film, boredom.com. Where can they check it out?
On the internet.
On the internet. Okay, so just Google Albert, boredom, and laughter, and all those great things. And check out his work, Escape to Canada, one of my favorites. And I will, I'm not sure who the folks are, but I think there's more than one folk.
Skunk Magazine giveaway?
Skunk Magazine giveaway, and then I will clear some room for our next guest.
And our next guests are coming up here. It looks like these guys here. Hey, guys.
All right, so whoever's got ticket 820. Ticket 820.
820. There it is right there.
Nicely done. Give your mailing.
My good friend Amir.
Ticket. You've already won a Skunk Magazine subscription?
I don't believe so, but he
Yeah,
has been up
you
here
have.
to play in the game. And
Yes.
That's right. So there you go. So Aaron will take your mailing info, and we'll get that off to you, and you'll start receiving a year subscription to Skunk Magazine from our good friends there and Pure Garden Resort in Negril, Jamaica.
Awesome. And hi, I'm Tracy. Who are you?
Hi, my name is Mo Green.
Hi, Mo Green. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Mo, Opus. How are you, man? Thanks for coming up. So I understand you got some kind of vehicle. What kind of...
Oh, yeah, cool, awesome.
Okay, and I
There it
just
is.
got to say this for a second because, Mo, I kind of feel like we need to find ourselves somebody here because my first name is Tracy. My last name is Curly. It is. So we're missing a Larry.
We're missing
If
a Larry.
anybody's got a Larry
Is
alive,
there a Larry in the house?
Maybe we'll find a Larry in the house.
No.
All right,
We
we are
need a Larry.
We are two stooges, man. That's all the way to.
On our way, though, on our way. Working towards it.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool there. I just saw a picture of that. You got that painted up with some nice Nice artwork.
Yeah, we're all the way from the States. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the company is Work 420.
Work 420?
Work 420?
Yeah, we're on a nationwide tour to promote legalization of marijuana. So we drive state to state. We've been on the road about 6 months.
Did you guys get lost? Because last time I checked, this was Canada.
Actually, we were told about a festival that went on over the weekend, Caravana.
Yep.
We were in New York City, and somebody told us about Caravana.
Right.
We had our passports on us, so we came across the border.
And they didn't question your vehicle?
Of
Hassle
course,
you?
they hassled us a little bit. They left us in the cold for about an hour. They went through all of the everything that was in the car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Funny enough, though, they never touched me. Never asked me for identification other than my passport. Never went through my pockets.
They were just interested in your vehicle.
They just wanted. They called all their friends out. They had a little huddle around it. They laughed. They pointed. Then they pulled everything out. They were sitting there shivering, freezing. But everything was a go. They asked me about like arrests that I had in the past, things dealing
Sure.
with
Yeah, it's the usual questions. Absolutely. Yeah. Have you been arrested? What is your record? And
yeah. They suggested that if ever I want to come back to Canada, take the time to go get the paperwork to show them that everything has been dismissed or...
Yeah, a little bit of paper. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Documents.
but they still let you across. That's pretty
but
cool.
they still let me to come. And it was funny. My answers to the people were just so non-conventional. I didn't know half of the answers. They were like, "How long will you be here?"
I don't know.
2, I don't know.
How long it takes.
Yeah. How long will you, or where you be staying? I don't know. It depends on wherever I can find a room. You know, looking for hotels and things like that. So. I didn't apparently give all the right answers, but they were so amused they let us through anyway.
They probably figured, come on.
He's not up to anything.
We're Canadians, right?
They're stoned. They'll end up in Vancouver and go home.
You give you an A for effort. Come on in.
Yeah,
you know?
A.
Hey.
It was cool though.
Yeah, I actually I used to have a Ford Ranger, and I painted it up in pot leaf camouflage. And you can still find a picture of it up on my Twitter account. It's at the top there.
It was in the Vancouver Pride Parade 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
as a matter
the person
of fact.
I sold
saw
it to.
Photos of
Yeah,
it.
kept it, and it's the same. Like they know it's a piece of art. I sold it to actually someone from the dispensary in Vancouver.
And they're keeping it the same.
Oh yeah, it's an art piece. It's like it looks military camouflage, but it's pot leaf camo.
Can't paint
And then
over
I've got
that.
like the numbering on. There it is, right there.
So
that's amazing.
So as you've been touring through the states, have there been some states that have been harder to get through than others?
The 0420
in a vehicle
4x4.
painted like that?
That's amazing.
Yeah, 4x there. And,
most of the times, states are pretty lenient. Like people expect us to get pulled over by the cops all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, we've only been pulled over twice. They pulled us over for having a dim tail light or brake lights.
Yeah.
That's not a paint job thing.
Yeah,
that's something else. That's a safety
right,
issue,
exactly.
right?
So as long as they don't smell any marijuana, as long as they don't see any buds or anything like that, they aren't supposed to ask me any questions about the rap. They always do. They come up laughing like, I know you don't have
Because everybody's been and it's nice that they're laughing instead.
Yeah.
I mean, people would ask me all the time, don't you get hassled with that paint job? Not pulled over once.
They don't bother you.
Because you're putting everything out front.
Yeah.
They know, it's about weed. And it's not like I got needles or something painted on or like piles of cocaine painted all over the truck, right? That's not it.
It was amazing. We were in Gulf Shores, Alabama at the Hangout Festival earlier this year. And we had been there for like 3 days. We were parked completely illegal, like on the grass. They were looking at the truck for 3 days and they never said anything to us. They assumed that we were a radio station, so we started the internet radio campaign as well. But they were all surrounding the truck, asking us questions like, so why would you do this? These are all the cops, you know, and they have their dogs and the K9 units in the back, and, you know, they're all in their SUVs, you know, like, so why would you want to do something like this? And it was like, to make your job easier, tired of getting arrested for things like this. It was like, so what is your campaign? Well, we go around, we promote people to go to our site, sign our petition, check out our resources, give us information, because we don't know it all. You know, we're a community, so you know, just like I can learn from you, there's probably things that you can learn from me as well.
And
so we we build on that whole thing, but during that interaction as well, they never searched the car. They looked at the truck. Okay, so the truck, if you, a lot of the pictures don't really get to show it, but it's like, it's literally a limo. It's converted as the bar inside and all that, and then, you know,
some of the seats are, no, I heard it's kind of, it's been converted.
Yeah, it's a nice little ride. I mean, it's a comfortable ride.
Nice.
But because of that, I believe they respect it as well. Like, I've been searched, I guess 3 times. We've been stopped or going through the border, and they look through the truck.
Right.
They're like,
this.
I don't see anything. And then when we were in Hangout Festival, they actually, one of the cops pointed out they had found a little stem or something like that in the car, and was like, "Oh, see, we got it." It was like, smoke weed, like this.
Yeah. What do you expect? Of course. Yeah.
But you know, it's a nice ride. It's not the what is it, that Shaggy and Scooby and all them.
Yeah, it's a class
It's
act.
not Shaggy's van.
Yeah.
You know.
And the whole thing is what you're doing is you're opening up dialogue.
Education.
Because now if they come over and speak, we're having a conversation. And that's what the whole point of it is you know, not hiding and being upfront about who we are and what we do.
And to change the whole negative stereotype that our community gets.
Oh yeah.
You know? So that was another thing that was important to us. Our presentation with the company, when we talk, we try and make sure that we speak knowledgeably about what we know. If we don't know, let you know. I don't know. Let's Google that. You know?
Right.
Absolutely. So what is the company itself?
The company title is Work 420.
Work 420.
Okay. So and information sharing, legalization efforts, not-for-profit kind of company. What do you guys like?
We are not a not-for-profit company.
Okay.
We actually do a lot of different. We're all artists.
Okay.
The company right now, it's about 5 of us.
Okay.
We're all either musicians or artists or computer,
neat, okay.
you know, and things into things like that. So it's another way for us to promote our expression as well. So we do shirts. This isn't one of them. We do shirts. We do music. We do posters. We do art. We do parties, venues, things like that as well. All marijuana friendly.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
If you check out the card, it says we offer the finest in marijuana merchandise. And that's because a lot of the merchandise that we offer is either handmade or at least made by somebody in our company.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, that's
Very
good to
cool.
know. So you'll be out there tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock with the rest of us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And if you have a vehicle and you want to drive down to Windsor with us and you've got room for people, just get up on Facebook there and come on, go over to my page, Opus 420, and I'll see that it gets spread around in the right places. And just be out here tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it is planning
with a
on
full tank of gas.
leaving from here, but I'm sure that people will share the route if people want to join somewhere along the way. I believe there are people probably driving from Hamilton and stuff as well.
Yeah, there'll be other people showing up. So, I guess bring the Canadian pot flag, and you know, I guess some musical instruments if you got it. It'd be nice to have sort of an impromptu band.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, like, you know, let's make a good show. Absolutely, have fun, because that's the whole idea. We're activists, but we have fun what we do. So, you know, that's what makes it. What's going on next? I know. We've got Cal Post and the CK podcast. I saw K. Trevor Wilson walk in. I didn't see Cal. Oh, there he is. Of course I didn't see him. He's down on the floor. I did see a picture of him on Facebook licking a bar. That was kind of fun. I think there was like a whiskey with a Scotch chaser or something. Thanks for coming on, man. We'll see you tomorrow, and looking forward to
Work 420.
Driving down there and Work 420 in the fancy pot leaf limo. That'll be fun.
I want to know who. Well, I'm hoping.
There we
I
are.
wonder who's
There it is,
driving
right
that.
there. Looks great. Those people look happy.
That's pretty.
They look like they're having fun. There it is.
I can't believe I've missed this.
Oh yeah, nice looking ride.
That's a good ride.
Absolutely. And tomorrow, the Marijuana Zone will be broadcasting, doing a remote broadcast from Windsor, Ontario, and bringing you all the festivities and information, and we'll be covering here at livestream.com. We'll be covering Vapor Central at livestream.com, covering the whole event. So tune in and watch that if you can't make it down. And Wednesday night here at Vapor Central, it's the Weedy Wednesday, starts at 7 o'clock this Wednesday. And I know that Mark will be here, I think, speaking at 9, and there may even be something in between, special little event, but we'll see. We're not actually confirmed, but we're hoping that'll work out too. So it's definitely going to be hard to get in here, so I suggest you come early. It's $20 to get in that night on Wednesday night.
That's
so
going to be a hot ticket Wednesday night.
it'll
folks.
be,
Sorry.
yeah, it's going to be a tough one, so that's what's going on, and because I know a lot of people have been inquiring and asking, so there's the official announcement right here
There are
today
people
on
driving
Monday,
across
Opus Live.
borders, I'm sure, over the
Look
next
at this,
few
it's
days.
8:45. Hey, so that brings us to the end of the show.
That
Can you
brings us to
imagine?
the end of the show.
That was fun.
That was fun. I feel like I didn't work at all.
No, it
You
was
know?
that was easy. All right. Well, I want to thank again our guest Albert for coming on, and I'm gonna have to go check out this whole thing, what happened, because
Albert Nerenberg.
it's kind of vague. And and I want to thank all you folks for showing up today and smoking lots of pot. The place is hazy. Yeah, keep up the good work. Until next week, cultivate your freedom.
Peace.
Radio star on hip on TV. My life is on film, yet it sucks being me. Shut up! Sit down! My life's a wreck. I'm bored with sex. I've got a big nose and a skinny neck. I can't sing. I can't dance. I make money talk about the junk in my underpants. I'm a tortured man. I'm a tortured man. I can't believe I am who I am. I'm a tortured man. I'm a tortured man. I can't believe I am who I am.
Hard enough to be stupid, you moron. Shut up! Sit down! Baba Booey.
Oh, that's good.
When Terry Hatcher was on my